Hello everyone, this is Miss Gail over here at Georgia Peachnut. How are you guys doing? I hope you're having a very lovely and productive day, blessed day. We had a lot of rain last night and this morning, and that's a blessing for a gardener, a gardener's prayer. He has cleansed the air. Okay, so what I'm getting ready to do today, first of all, let me thank my returning subscribers for coming back. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And I'd like to say hello to my new subscribers. Thank you so much and welcome on board. I'm looking at my beautiful birds. Every time I come out on the deck now, they're like, hey, how you doing? They're like, you out here on our time. These are the cardinals who are trying to come and eat. They've gotten pretty greedy. So they're just hovering around, seriously hovering around to see when I'm going to leave. I had a customer, not mean customer, but it's a subscriber who wanted to know the process completely of rooting sweet potato slips from beginning to end. So I did do a video, but I didn't show you the very beginning. So let's start at number one. You get a potato, a sweet potato. Let's pretend like this one has nothing on it. It's just plain old sweet potato. Now you can get it from the store. A lot of people say preferably organic. Inorganic is fine. They say they spray them with inhibitors so they won't do this. But I've not had that problem when I've been forced to buy sweet potatoes from the store. Fortunately here lately I have not have had to do that because these are my own sweet potatoes from last year. But what you would do is you would take your sweet potato and gonna take all this off, take everything off but this, but just pretend like this is not here. And you want to take the sweet potato and take the end that is the rooted end. It's going to be the most pointed end of the end with the smallest point, and you may see some roots coming out of it. That's the part that's going to go down into the water. So you take that. Once you have discerned which part is the rooted end, I usually use just 3 toothpicks, and I come towards the top part and I just go in like this with the toothpick, and I do like a triangle. You don't have to measure it, but you kind of gauge it as to how evenly you want it to be done all the way around, and you can make the adjustment once you put it into the jar. So they're going to look like this. This is going to hold it on top of the jar while this part go in the water, and you take the most pointed end and you stick it in a jar of water. So we're going to go with this jar of water here. You can see it's filled up almost to the very rim. So we're going to take it, put the sweet potato in, and the toothpicks hold it up. It's submerged in water. You want the rooted part, because see the roots coming out of there? Submerged in water. And within no time flat, you'll see roots coming out from the bottom and even from around some of the part that has the little nodes also will produce roots. And then you will see eventually within about 2 weeks sprouts coming from the top. Sometimes they come from the side, sometimes they come from a little bit underneath. And those are your sprouts that you're gonna, when they get a little bit shorter than this is long, but I'm gonna go on ahead, you break this off. You can break it or cut it. I break it because I know how to break it. When you break that off, don't throw this away. It's going to continue to produce sprouts. It will continue to produce sprouts. So what you do is you take that, and you can make this into 2 pieces. So I'm going to count 4 nodes. 1, and there's another one, 2, 3, and there's 4. I'm going to cut there, and that would give me 2 potato slips. You can use scissors, but you want to use something to cut with. You don't want to tear it. Let me get this to open up. So I'm going to go here and snip there. And now I have 2 different potato slips. I am going to take the bottom leaves off. That's where a node is, and you can cut it, or you can just tear it off. Now people are going to say, oh, you can eat this. I'm not trying to eat this right now. I know that, but I'm not trying to eat it right now. And there are even roots, I don't know if you can see it, roots coming and growing right here. So we already have good roots coming. So I'm going to cut this piece off right here, and on this one right here, this is the part that we broke off. I'm going to cut these two nodes at the bottom, these two leaves at the bottom, so I can merge that and get more roots. So I'm just going to cut the node, well, cut at the node, and cut here. I was too close, you couldn't see me cutting, but you're going to cut it. It's going to look like that. For this one here, I'm just going to cut, let's see if I can show it to you. Right here. Try not to leave too much sitting up. And that's the part you're going to put into the water. So then you take these two parts, the part that you cut, these nodes are going to produce roots. They're going to produce roots. And this one has already started right here with some roots, just growing by itself. So we're going to take this and set it in the water. And you're going to let it rest. The leaves will hold it up. The leaves will keep it from going all the way down. So you just want to sit it in there, and we can come back later on and I'll show you how long it takes the roots to grow. Today is the 8th, 9th, let's see, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Today is the 9th. So we'll come back in 2 weeks. If they come up before then, I'll be out here. I'll do a quick video and show you. The same thing with this one. I think I did this on camera when I put these in, so you can go back and see how long it took. The 2 picks is on top, holding it submerged in the water. These are ready for me to make roots out of. I'm sorry, make slips out of. So I'm just going to take it out, take this one piece and break it off. I'm going to leave that one piece on there so it can continue to grow, and put this back in the water. So it can continue to make slips. And this is one long piece, so we can, I see 2 things going on here, where this is a split right here. I can go ahead and cut that and make this a slip. Let's do it now. So I'm going to cut it where it is joined to the other piece right there. I'll get that in a minute. I'm going to cut this bottom leaf, and I don't know if you can see me. I may have to switch the camera this way because the sun has decided to come back up. Okay, sorry about that. So we've got plenty of areas here that we can make into nodes. I'm going to cut this leaf right here and try to trim it just a little bit more without damaging it. Okay, so all this will start rooting on its own. We're going to stick this in the jar and pick up the piece that we dropped. This can be 2 pieces right here. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves, and then you clip. So now we have 2 more slips. I'm going to cut the bottom leaf off, creating a node, and submerge that in water. This one here, going to cut the bottom. And you can, if you get confused as to which is up and which is down, look at the direction that the leaf is growing in. You should be able to run your hand upward, and that's your bottom portion. This is the bottom right here. If you have it upside down, these will be going that way, and that's the wrong way. So We're going to cut that one leaf. And we have a node. Stick that in the water. Here's another candidate. I have two in here, but I'm going to do just one. Once again, I have the two picks holding it up, the roots on the bottom, and the slips coming out the top. So this is the one that is producing the biggest, well, most slips. This one right here is not producing any. So we're going to put this one back. And we're going to take this piece off. And you just go to the base and pull it. We're going to leave that on, put it back in the water because it's already forming some more leaves, and let it continue to make slips. We're going to take all this stuff off at the bottom. Try not to pull it. Get you some scissors. And let's just cut. You cut those leaves off. Try not to cut the stem. That's the main thing. This is the stem. You don't want to cut that. And cut this bottom one off. I try not to put leaves down in the water because it kind of makes the water go bad. So any leaves you see, you can't cut them with the scissors. Go on ahead and cut them with your, pinch them off with your fingers like this. And then I'm going to cut these bottom two leaves for some more possibilities of roots. And here, and voila. Now, this right here would make a good slip by itself, so I'm going to cut diagonally right there. It doesn't really matter in this situation, but I will do that for those of you who are saying you're cutting the wrong way. And come up to, this is no good, so we're going to just cut that away. Go down about a ½ inch and cut that away. And then we're going to cut, I'm just going to cut this one leaf because I don't have enough room. I want to leave some good leaves on here so they can make good sweet potatoes. So when they're looking slim like this, you want to keep that for photosynthesis. So this one node right here would be fine to make roots. Stick that in the water. And on this one here, I'm going to leave this one here to make more roots. Take this one off, which this happens a lot. It already has roots. That's a good thing. So we're going to put this back in the water. I'm going to leave this alone. I'm going to pinch this very small, well, yeah, I'll go on and pinch these off. Anything that's going to go in the water, we really don't want it. But the roots have already started up in here, see? It's formed its own roots up in there. See how it does? So, I'll take all the leaves off at the bottom, and I'm going to stick this in the water. So we're going to leave the other ones here to continue to root. And here you have your bouquet. And you change the water. Just continue to change the water. You know, whenever you think about coming out here changing it. I'm going to take this. Let's see, no, that's right. Okay, I saw a leaf down in there. Leaves make the water go bad. So this is what you have. This is what you have. This is our bouquet. And they're going to make roots. And then you take them and stick them in some soil and they'll make sweet potatoes. So I just want you guys to see the possibilities. If you have any questions about the steps that I went through, any questions, I'd be glad to answer them. If I don't answer you on this particular feed, anytime I throw up a video, come to my most recent video and watch it hopefully. And always just say, Miss Gail, I was on your other video and I noticed this, that, and the other, and I have a question about. I don't mind answering questions about videos that I posted in the past. Okay, so this is what we have. These are going to be our potential slips. We will add these to our sweet potatoes out there that's growing already. I told you I'm going to be succession planting. I left space for more um, sweet potato roots to come out there, and sweet potato slips to go out there. So that would be these. And so anyway, I'll sit this down. I want to thank you for coming, and thank you for subscribing and liking and commenting, telling a friend, bring your groups over, tell them to subscribe. I appreciate all your support. And guess what? I will see you in the garden. Bye bye.